My name is Brian Eisele. I'm a senior herpetology keeper, and I've been here for 6 years now. Great question. The frogs here at the zoo actually lose their toxic skin secretions because of their diet. In the wild, they eat insects that are feeding on toxic plants. Here at the zoo, our frogs are fed crickets and fruit flies that are fed fruits and vegetables, so they're harmless and they lose that toxic skin secretion. Our reptile amphibian collection does not interact with jaguars, but in the wild, jaguars would be one of the predators on reptiles. We don't want to lose any of our collection animals to the jaguars, so they get their diet every day and we keep our animals in their enclosures. In certain parts of the jaguar range, reptiles can make up 50% of their diet, feeding on turtles, caimans, caiman eggs, turtle eggs. So majority of reptiles are going to avoid jaguars unless they're actually big enough to take down a jaguar. Some of our most venomous animals we have here on grounds are the green mambas, our bushmasters, eastern diamondback rattlesnakes. You don't want to take a bite from any of these venomous animals, and we use extreme caution while handling them here at the zoo. Venom is usually injected and poison is usually ingested. So we do not refer to our snakes as poisonous, we refer to them as venomous. We have not had any problems with our Emerald Tree Boas and red-eyed tree frogs, though if they were wild-caught animals or young animals in the wild, they would eat lizards, frogs, and smaller prey items, but our animals were captive bred so that they are used to a rodent diet now. And we get in rats and mice frozen and we thaw them out to feed to our snakes here at the zoo. Our reptiles get fed on usually a pretty normal schedule. Some eat weekly, some eat every other week, and then some will eat once a month. For instance, our caiman lizards eat twice a week. Some of our crocodilians eat once a week. And then we'll have species like Aruba Island rattlesnakes. The adults will only eat once a month. The diets vary between reptiles and amphibians quite considerably. We have some that are carnivores. We have others that are herbivores or vegetarians, and that would be our tortoises. Many of our tortoise species get a nice salad mix every 3 days a week. I believe they're getting fed right now. Some of our carnivores get fed again maybe once a week or every 2 weeks. The most challenging part of our job is we get in rare and exotic species and we set them up for the recommended temperatures and humidity and get everything right to make more of these animals, and sometimes it just doesn't work out and we don't have the answers why. So we still have a lot to learn about the animals, and we don't have all the answers. How we determine which ones can be housed together is due to not our trial and error. A lot of these species we know which snakes will eat other snakes and which animals will cohabitate. Again, we use extreme caution when we're trying to pair up animals in mixed species exhibits because it's challenging, because they could stress each other out, because one might be a predator, a known predator of an animal, so one animal might go off feed because it's on exhibit with another one, or if there aren't enough sight breaks in the exhibit, they won't be acting normal, so we'll have to separate them. So sometimes it works out and sometimes it doesn't work out. We usually will set them up individually depending on which species it is, but most of the time we'll give them individual housing to make sure they're consuming their diet, that they're acting normal and healthy animals before we would move them out to another zoo or another exhibit. The thing I enjoy most about working with reptiles and amphibians is the diversity of species that we have here. You know, one day we'll be working with alligators, the next day we'll be doing a Komodo dragon procedure, or we'll be breeding frogs, or handling turtles or tortoises. It's never the same day twice, I should say.